The future is here. A superpowered tram packed with supercharged capacitors capable of traveling 10 kilometers on only 10 seconds of charge. From the back streets to a high-tech processing plant comes an incredible innovation that could transform commercial air travel. All this from an emerging innovative powerhouse. This is China.
And we are just at the beginning.
This is the future, right? I'm Josh Klein. I spend my life unpacking and hacking ideas, systems, networks, and future technologies. I've worked with some of the biggest names in the tech industry. And in my world, a good hack is a smart solution to a problem. That's incredible.
Yeah, we're under construction.
This is a real solution that you're rolling out throughout China.
That's right.
And hackers are the innovators that create them. 5,000 years of history.
And it's the kind of solution that only China can provide.
That's why I've come here. The Chinese are harnessing their immense capacity to take on some of the world's toughest problems. So I'm traveling thousands of kilometers to uncover some of China's smartest minds, their unique innovations, and join forces with a panel of experts.
That's leading edge, right? That's leading edge that nobody else in the world can do.
An innovation like this, China could absolutely use it.
People have consistently underestimated the demand for connectivity. You can position this to really take off.
To discover just how smart China really is. In this episode, I search out innovations that could radically solve the world's transport problems.
I've just spent the last 2 hours in bumper-to-bumper traffic, going nowhere. And the reason that I've traveled halfway around the world to do this is that traffic congestion is a big, gnarly problem, one that no one has even come close to solving yet. In my mind, if anyone can solve it, it'll be China, who suffers from this worse than almost anywhere else I've been. And if they can do it, maybe they can fix it for the rest of us. All right, we're going nowhere fast. I'm actually just gonna walk it.
With almost 240 million vehicles and more than 7 times the number of drivers that there were just a decade ago, it's no wonder China's traffic infrastructure is feeling the pressure.
This kind of traffic congestion is a daily occurrence. It's just part of the price that they're paying for their booming economic success.
The flip side of this huge financial growth is there's the potential to invest in gridlock solutions, which is why I've been lured to Guangzhou. Here at the base of the 600-meter-high Canton Tower is a revolutionary new supertram system. Its creators believe it can make a huge dent in the gridlock dilemma by enticing people to make the shift from car to futuristic clean green commuter transport. There's no power lines above or below the ground. It's quick and efficient, and they tell me that its power system is simply stunning.
Here's what I love about this technology. It's a simple solution that's an ideal fit for the problem.
And there's certainly plenty of commuters being enticed on board, while I've been seduced by the chance to get up close and personal with this incredibly smart Chinese invention. I've been promised the inside scoop by the world's largest train builder, CRRC. The company's vice chief engineer, Nguyen, is carrying on the vision of his former boss to realize this tech, an innovation he believes will go some way to solving gridlock and the downstream effects of pollution.
We can do our best to reduce the air pollution and the energy consumption and give the city a very clean sky, you see.
First stop, a test drive of the original model.
This is the ARV train we use as a prototype to test our supercab flash charging technology.
So this is the very first one ever?
Yeah.
And it's that supercap flash charging tech that's triggered my interest. There's no overhead lines in this pimped out tram as it carries its supercapacitor power pack on its back. Supercapacitors are like a battery, except they store, discharge, and recharge huge amounts of power extremely quickly.
So this is where everything charges?
Yeah, when the train reaching this platform, this current connected shoes will automatically activate and contact this power rail. And then 1,800 amp current to this.
That's a lot of
capacitor.
juice.
Yeah. And fully charge this supercat within 30 seconds.
You charge all your capacitors 100% within 30 seconds.
Within 30 seconds.
This prototype has its charging shoe on the side of the tram, while the latest model has a roof full of supercapacitors that get charged at a super fast rate via a roof charging mechanism. During normal operation, trams only need to stop for around 10 seconds to let passengers on and off, charge its supercapacitors, and head to the next platform and charging station.
Wow. All right, that's a lot of capacitors. How many's in here?
In this case, we have more than 600, but we have put in different modules.
Yeah.
We have 43 modules.
So this is 43 capacitors.
No, each module have 16 supercapacitors.
And they're just chained together.
Yeah, they are connected in series, you can see.
It's so clean. It's such a simple, elegant design.
Another advantage is that we don't need to do any maintenance to it.
Really?
Yeah.
All you do is wait until it finally wears out and then replace it.
Yeah. After 10 years.
After 10 years.
So they're fast to charge, extremely powerful, and have a long lifespan. But when you're dealing with the huge amount of energy it takes to drive a tram, safety is also key to supercapacitor design. They're fireproof, crush, and shock resistant, because even when fully charged, the carbon they contain is totally inert. The supercapacitor's magic also permits the trams to perform a clever energy-saving trick.
So what's this?
Oh, this shows the energy level stored on this supercat. Now it's 84% energy stored.
But the electricity went up when you were braking.
Yeah, it goes up.
In most standard braking systems, the kinetic energy of a vehicle in motion is converted into heat via friction as it slows the vehicle down. These trams use their electric motors to brake and convert the kinetic energy while braking into electrical energy that's stored and used to power the tram.
So that's got to be huge savings.
Compared with conventional, you see, tram with cathedral, we are 30% less energy consumption.
You use 30% less?
Yeah.
A third less?
Yeah.
That's an enormous savings.
And here's the secret to this supercharged technology. Inside each supercapacitor is a whole bunch of electrical reactions. But it's this activated carbon that magically increases the surface area of the electrode plates to be thousands of times larger than a standard capacitor, all packed inside a casing barely the size of a milk carton. And with a stack of these on board the tram, there's no need for unsightly overhead wires.
For landscape, we have good landscape. That's another point of the technology you see.
Of course. In a normal tram system, you've got to have electrical wires running all along the entire track.
Yeah.
But with this, all you have to do is lay the track itself, and then the tram carries all the power with it. So I imagine it's also much safer, because you're not running electricity along miles and miles.
Oh yeah. In downtown area, we have a lot of pipe. Water pipe, gas pipe. In rainy season, and cause the erosion of the pipe buried underground.
Of course, an electrolytic reaction. So, you know, I'd never thought of that, but it's true. I mean, if you're running an electrical current along miles of track, some of that's going to leak out into the soil.
Yeah.
And like you said, especially when it's raining, then that's going to go down and reach all the other pipes, gas pipes, which I don't really like the idea of electrical currents.
So reduce the lifetime of this pipe.
Right, so then it causes all those pipes to corrode and you have to replace them again. So the ancillary, the secondary costs must be enormous. I gotta say, I'm extremely amazed at the efficiency of this entire system. I didn't realize that there were so many ancillary costs, like electricity leaking into the ground in a standard design, eroding pipes, the savings that the regenerative braking produces, the amount of electricity and the speed with which that they can get it into the capacitors. The system overall is so vastly superior to what we have right now, and it's much safer, and honestly, it's much more environmentally friendly. It's pretty awesome.
But it's one thing to have a unique innovation, and quite another to roll it out at scale. Here to provide a critique is traffic engineer Professor Wenjing Ma from Tongji University and Dr. Mariela Alfonso, a specialist in urban design and planning.
So this seems like a solution tailor-made for China. It scales well,